just gonna wait for a few more people and then we can start with our topic today. Hi Sana, thank you for joining in. Hi. Guys, if you can see me, just leave me a comment below and then I can start. Can you guys see me? Hi, okay. You guys. So, okay, let me start without any further ado. I just wanted to start with the topic today. The topic actually is bullying. Now, I'm sure you might have been exhausted by far hearing this going on, especially nowadays on most of the groups, especially here between this beauty blogging thing and whatnot, and it is quite upsetting and exhausting. But at the same time, even though it disappoints all of us, even though I feel sad about it, you all do feel annoyed about it, so do I, but at the same time we cannot ignore these issues. And I feel like if we have a voice, we need to stand against these things which actually are wrong, and they require us to use our voice. We as human beings are quite powerful, you know. I think God has made us one of the best creations of His, and we do have the power to change. We have the power to influence people. We have the power to, you know, guide people and to start something. But at the same time, we have the power to stop something. And a bully is actually one of those things, unfortunately, which humans start. But it is also a human that can actually stop that. I wanted to also talk about what actually is bullying. Keep in mind, bullying is anything that goes one way. You know, two-way communication is never called bully. Just clear that out in your mind. Bully goes always one way. Just so you know, bully is always one way. It is intentional, okay? Mostly it is to hurt the next person. Most of the time it is to bring down the next person, and also many times it is also a way for somebody to showcase their own insecurities and all that hatred they have within themselves, or their own insecurities they've had maybe from their childhood, lack of attention and, you know, lack of communication with their own parents and whatnot. Many things can cause for someone to become a bully in the first place, right? And the way they project all of their inner problems and their inner hatred is by bullying somebody. This can happen at school, it can happen at workplace, it can happen within the online community, within the groups. It happens everywhere. Wherever we have humans, bully can happen everywhere, no matter what corner we're sitting at, if you know what I'm saying. Now, as I said, hi everyone, thank you very much for joining in, guys. This is just an important topic that I just feel like we need to know a bit more about this, and we need to kind of put this to an end. If we all take responsibility, yes, we can end that, right? Because hey, humans bully, right? We are humans. What if we just stop it? And you know what, there's one very interesting thing about this whole bullying process. What it is that if you see somebody bullying somebody in any way, in any form, you know that a bully can actually, you can influence a bully to stop right there and then, if you are actually friends with that bully and you ask them, hey, you know what, don't do that. For example, just another example, if you guys are at school and, you know, you have a friend who actually hates a certain person, or maybe that person thinks that, you know, the victim, let's just call that guy, little poor boy, let's just call him a victim. If your friend thinks that that victim is a poor little boy, he is silly, he is weak, he doesn't have the power to, you know, clap back, he doesn't have the power to speak back, and he hates that victim, he is going to bully. He is going to try to, you know, call him names, let's say, or just hurt him intentionally. It could be physical, it could be abusive, it could be just vocally, it could be in any way, in any form. You know, just trying to harm somebody in any way or shape is kind of called bullying, okay? And if you see that person bullying the victim, and you as a friend stand there with your friend, just say, hey, what are you doing? Hold on. the bully will actually stop right there and then. You do have that influence. It's actually a known fact that a bully will stop right there and then as soon as he knows or she knows, okay, there's a friend who's calling me out on that. Like, hey dude, what are you doing? Don't do that. So as a friend, as a colleague, as a co-worker, as a parent, as a friend, as a whatever, as a sibling, it is your responsibility to speak up and say, you know what, this is so wrong. What are you doing? Just stop. So do not even let anything like that happen in the first place. Nowhere around you. Listen, we cannot be responsible what goes on in every corner around the world 24 hours, but we can take responsibility of the surroundings that we have around us. All of us can actually take responsibility for that, and I'm so sorry I am missing the comments right now because I just feel like my message going out there at the moment, like that's my main focus, okay? And thank you for joining in. I do appreciate everybody's support, but here it is not just about me. I'm not even here to like talk about my case and like my problem or you know whatever. However, I definitely am here to let you guys know what actually bullying just is. And I feel like people do need to hear that. And, you know, okay, let's just speak about a certain cases that have happened in the past. You know, there was a little boy named Charles. I'm sure there was a documentary came out. The name of the documentary is actually The Bully. You can actually watch that on YouTube also if you like. It came out somewhere around 2010 or 2011, okay? And that was all about this little boy who used to face a lot of bullying at school. You know, it was a little boy. He used to look smaller than his age. I believe his name was Charles or Charlie. Sorry if I'm mistaken here. However, that boy was constantly being attacked by the fellow classmates and whatnot, right? And you know, he was thrown into the bin, he was locked in the closet rooms and the changing locks and whatnot. He faced a lot of things. And that child actually committed suicide, you know, and that child was actually admitted in hospital and then he died later, right? So, and this is just one example. There's so many more examples, and there are actually some examples that you will not even find online because guess what? Many cases like that don't even make it to the media. They just don't. You only see a certain handful of cases that make it to the media where you can see, oh my god, okay, that happened to that victim. Oh my days, I feel so sad. You see those things in newspapers and whatnot, but you know what? Many cases do not make it to social media. Many cases do not make it to the newspaper. Many cases do not make it to the national television, okay? However, there's another example. Many cases of bullying actually ended up really, really nasty and bad and sad. There was cases when even the victim actually tried to defend themselves, you know, spoke up, but it still didn't help because a bully is a bully. And as said right at the beginning of the video, I already told you guys, bullying actually goes one way. Bullying is always a one-way street. Bullying is not, oh, we are communicating, but now all of a sudden you've called me a name, you're bullying me. No. Bullying is when somebody is probably quiet, somebody is probably weak, somebody seems to be indifferent, somebody seems to be just doing their own thing, but you just want to project your own inner hatred, inner insecurities and whatnot. You just want to bring somebody down intentionally. That is what bullying actually is. It is a one-way thing. It is a one-way street. It is not going both ways. And, you know, normally what happens, if anybody, even in the past, in all of these cases that we're talking about right now, there has been cases where the victim actually stood up and spoke up against that, and yet it still didn't help them because, you know, sometimes what happens, bullies actually get triggered even more. And then all of a sudden, they start to, you know, trying to manipulate you into like shutting up. You know, they try to manipulate you. They try to bring you down even more. They kind of try to like scare you to shut up. They try to, you know, blackmail you even more. Oh my god, you know what, I have this information about you, or I have your house address, I will burn you down, I will kill you, I will do this, don't speak up, otherwise I will come for you, I will do. So the bullying actually never ends. This is exactly what it is, okay? And it is serious because it causes many serious problems with so many people. And thank you very much, Nadia, thank you. And everybody who is watching me, I just want everybody, please become a part of the campaign that we are on about right now, which is called Let's Stop. Share your story. If you have ever been emotionally abused, whatever you want to share with us, please write to us. Please do, guys, don't message me while I'm live. Okay, please do go visit the page called Let's Stop, and you can share with us whatever has happened to you. If you see somebody going through certain things like that, please come to us and let us know that as well. Or in future, if anything happens to you, anything around you, just come to us. Just speak up and do use our hashtag Let's Stop. If you are a parent, take responsibility of that, because there's been many cases where children, small children at school, came to their parents asking for help, and parents just asked them to ignore. There has been cases where small children actually committed suicide. They were not even 16 years of age, and every time they asked for help, every time they went for help from their teachers, let's say their fellows, class fellows or parents, they did not get that support. Every time they were asked to just ignore. Maybe you're being paranoid, maybe you're over dramatic, maybe you're just exaggerating. This is the answer that most of them always get, and that really does not help them. And what happens the next day? People commit suicide. And it has happened so many times in the past, you guys. It's unbelievable. All I want you to do, go tonight, go on YouTube, and there's this documentary called Bully. Watch that. It came out in 2011, 2010, I'm not sure, but there is so many cases. If you look into that, it's so deep and it is so sad. You guys, we have reached the moon. We're all educated. We all have a brain up here, okay? We all have access to books and knowledge. Free. Go to the library. You can get so much free knowledge and education. You don't even have to have a master's degree or a PhD. You can still have knowledge on you. So please do educate yourself on that and do take responsibility. If you are a teacher who probably, okay, there has been teachers who were not able to help children who were being victimized. Later it ended up in a big disaster, but the teachers were not able to help those children only because it is a question of their reputation. The school's reputation will be so bad, we cannot do that. Otherwise, there will be case filed against us. This will happen and that will happen, and everybody is worried about their own reputation and image, and therefore nobody wants to take action. And that is really wrong, because remember that bullies will always try to blackmail you. They will never let you defend themselves. They will never let you defend yourself. You cannot win with them. And guess what? Nobody has to win against a bully. You just have to get out of it. And you just have to push them away. And it never happens if a child or a girl or a young girl or a young boy or an old lady. Things have happened to old ladies as well, you guys. Even old ladies have been abused and been labeled and titled, and so many things have happened. All of these things are just so sad. Me thinking about it just makes me so sad as just as a normal human being, and it can happen to anybody. It can happen to everybody. And I am thankful to everybody who's also listening to this. This is not a personal issue going on here. It is a lot deeper than that. It goes on with so many people. And therefore, I want to, we took this initiative of starting the campaign, which is Let's Stop. So please join that page, spread it, join in. If anybody ever needs help and you see these things happening, guys, bring them to us. If you're a teacher and you're scared of, let's say, your school's reputation and you're not able to help that child, bring them to us. Talk to us. We can all sort that out. Listen, we are online. It's such a small world now, especially since we all have phones and laptops. We're all connected to one another. No matter what country, no matter what part of any country you're in, we can still be in touch with one another, and we can still help out each other, right? And coming towards this cyberbullying and whatnot, because of course now, since we have this new world which is online, now this new thing has also come up, which is actually called cyberbullying and cybercrimes and cyber this and cyber that, and it's crazy. The list does not end, okay? And if we all take responsibility for our own actions, if we take responsibility for our our surroundings, let's say my sisters or my mother or my my friends or my colleagues or my classmates, if I only take care of my own surrounding, I can make the cyber world even a better place, right? I can contribute to make it all nicer. And you all can. It's not just me. You all can do it all together. Okay? And yes, it is a major social issue. Listen, most of the social issues we have in this world in this day and age, they always cause a lot of mental issues. So most of the social causes that some people don't even want to speak up about, please do so, because it causes serious mental issues also for many people. And honestly, you guys, if anybody's watching and thinks, oh, what a drama, this, because I've had comments like that in the past and recently, shame on you. Like, shame on your existence if you are in support of that. If you see things like that happening, that means you're equally a part of that. And that is so wrong. Just please try to make this world a better place, physically also and visually also. When we, in this online world, as we call it, we can make that a better place. But we do have to be together, right? Honestly, from now on, any group, any page, like, and I'm serious about this when I say that, any group you guys see, any beauty community, anything, honey, any blogger, anything happens like that, come to me, because I will take care of this shit. Because you know what, you guys know I have recently faced this type of bullshit. But the thing is, and even as we speak right now, I have been getting blackmailing messages. Stop, because otherwise we will talk this about you. Stop, or otherwise we will, tell this about you. And stop, because we found your home address and this and that. And I'm like, you know what? This is still not a justification. This is still not an explanation for any bullying, for any character assassination, for any mental stress that it has caused. It is all a crime. You cannot make somebody's identity public and paste their passport here and there. And I am really not scared if this life of mine causes me more problems and more stress, because I know it will. But I'm not here to speak up only for myself. I'm here to speak for all of those young girls, you guys, who go through a lot of shit. How many cases, I am sure we as Pakistani girls right here, I can assure you, all of you all have heard so many Pakistani cases from girls who have been in, let's say, abusive relationships, and maybe the relationship didn't turn out very nice, and now all of a sudden that guy is blackmailing her. I will send you pictures here and there. I am going to do this and I am going to do that and whatnot. We have all faced these types of situations. And I am telling you from personal experiences, I have faced a lot of these things too in the past. Okay, not many times, but yes, once for sure. And then you learn from that and then you move on from there, okay? As I always say, always upgrade no matter what. And I have faced these types of situations as well. And now, however, that situation, please do not think that that is somebody's weakness. It's not. It's not my weakness that I've had struggles in my life. It's not my weakness that, yes, I've had to face bully in my life. It's not my weakness that, okay, fine, you know where I live. Listen, this is not my weakness here right now, and do not think that that in any case justifies the bullying, the character assassination, the harassment, the name calling and bashing and shaming and making fun and this and that, especially when it's just like one way. As I said, bullying is one way. It doesn't, back and forth is called communication, back and forth is called consultation, back and forth is called joking, back and forth leg pulling. You can call it whatever you like, but it's still in a friendly term, right? Bully is never in a friendly term. It goes a one way. Hello, right? And so that is the main difference basically over here. And it is always done intentionally, no matter who it is doing. And I feel sad about these things because sometimes you see so many, okay, I'm not going to go into politics right now, but you sometimes even see politicians get into these types of things, don't you? And that makes me feel sad, because in this day and age where we're all so educated, we have access to free education, yet hello, and here we are troubled with these small little problems that should not even exist now. Like, these things should vanish by now. We're all growing, developing human beings, in this century specifically, and we're here stuck in these small little problems. This should have been the past by now, honestly. you know. And we see these problems, and it makes me sad, because when people have a certain voice where, let's say even 10 people are there to hear them, let's say even 20, or maybe they have millions of people looking at them, please use that voice for something very positive, for something that is, you know, life-changing, for something that is helpful for people, for something that is supportive, for something that is just positive, just for something that is quite empowering and helpful and good for all humans, not just yourself, right? Use your voice for that. Do never, you guys, honestly, I do not know whoever is watching me, I don't know right now, okay? But if you are, whoever you are, if you have you know, the skill or the power to influence people, could be your siblings, could be your family, could be that you're a public figure, whatever, do not abuse that position that you have. That's all I'm saying. And from now on, since now I'm on a full exposing mode, and I don't give a shit what people are saying to me at this moment, to be honest with you, like, I think when you face these things yourself, only then you kind of know how that kind of feels, you know. I'm probably speaking here, and some of you might relate to me. Some of you might say, oh yeah, I faced that. Okay, yeah, I saw that. But some of you might be here being all stupid and making laughing emojis and just being like, what is she talking about? Oh my god, I do not understand that. Then I'm so sorry, but shame on your face. And shame on your existence, because hey, these problems, as I said, we should have left them behind in the past, but here we are carrying them in our hands, and we are still moving forward with the same problems, we're not trying to improve, we're not trying to develop, we're not trying to upgrade, we're not moving nowhere. When we have these problems to tackle and take care of on a daily basis, you guys know, as humans, we're not moving anywhere. No. Thank you for joining in. Don't worry if you have joined me later on, because today it was not too much rambling. I just straight away came to the point, and I just wanted to get these things just out of the way, because it's important for people to know these things. And again, as I said, I'm not here to talk about like my personal things and whatnot, even though I have faced these things probably also in the past. Yes, recently also. But let me make one thing clear. I'm a very, very strong person. I'm just like on a different level of acknowledging things, if that makes sense, right? And if shit comes, okay, I know how to handle. Sometimes I would ignore, sometimes I would just be like, okay, let me do my thing. Maybe it's good that, you know, people are doing this to me and whatnot. And sometimes I feel like people think that because you are, you know, a strong person, or you project a very strong personality, and you have a certain power and whatnot. So sometimes people kind of like get distracted by that and think, okay, I can say to her whatever I want. She is not going to say anything to me because she's a very strong person, and she is not going to say anything back to me, so I can carry on, you know, and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, we're all human beings. I'm a girl, and I do not want this for anybody, for anyone, honestly. So, that being said, from now on, if you guys, any of you, I've repeated that again, see any of, you know, this leg pulling and hating comments, and, you know, bashing somebody and calling them names and slut shaming them, and all of the words that people use for each other, I'm so sorry, but it's so wrong. It can never be right. No matter who you're friends with, if you're not speaking up against that, then you know what? You're actually equally a part of that. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah. If you see, by the way, from now on, if you see anything like that happening to someone else also, guys, come to me, tell me, and I will come for you. I'm telling you that. Okay? And thank you everybody for watching. If you guys do have any questions, okay, let me just read 2-3 questions and answer, and then I could go. Thank you, Zina. Yes, Monaza, you're right. Thank you, Amna Hussain. Thank you. I've always understood. Thank you, Aksa. I appreciate your support. Oh, yes, and the guys, coming back to the campaign, please do join the page called Let's Stop. Share your story. Share anybody's story that you know of, that you want people to know. I think in our Asian community, stand together, hold each other's hand and like be with one another. Like, what are you guys doing? You know, it just makes me wonder sometimes, what are we really doing? Like, honestly, come on, you know. And that is why, listen, honestly with you guys, right now I don't even know where it's gonna head, where it's heading to, if that makes sense. Like, okay, we have the page, we started the campaign. I'm so glad everybody's taking part, and you know, I'm sure more will. Please spread this. Please do share this live with people. If you think it needs to be heard, please do so. And let's be a part in this together. Please. Don't be a part of any slut shaming, name calling, bashing, making fun of somebody's misery, and intentionally trying to hurt and bring people down. Don't be a part in that. Why are you being a part with those? Why are you being a part of that? Like, I would never understand that. It does not make sense. It just really does not. So you better stop. And as I said, I don't know where it's headed, but we'll make something good out of it, which is not just for me. It's for everybody. There will be a girl, you know, in my place. She might not be as strong as me. She might not have that much of a supportive family. She might not have that much of a strong personality. What then? She would be so upset and hurt. Like, even thinking about that makes me feel really sad. And this is no drama and no BS, you guys. These things are really serious, and they need to be taken serious in a very responsible way. And y'all need to speak up about these things without being scared about the blackmailing that will come your way, about all the manipulation that will come your way, because it will. Yes, it will. Oh, please. When you stand up for the right thing, we all as humans know we will be stopped, we will be made fun of, we will be blackmailed. Yes, when you stand up for the right things, there's like 100 people to stop you. They don't want to see you going the right direction, do they? And that's exactly my problem. Like, why do we lead each other to the wrong path? Why cannot we hold each other's hand and be like, sister, you're going the wrong way. This is wrong. Stop right there. Why can't we just be that community? Come on. Please. Hello, Virabia. Thank you. I will check your inbox. Yes. You and Esha always support each other, and here they're putting them down for cheap fame. I don't know what it is for. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not a bully myself, to be honest. And I don't do one-way communication with anybody like that, whereas to an extent where I'm like really bothering them on like almost a daily basis. I don't do that, right? So I do not really know what they think and what they want and where they're coming from. I will never be able to relate to that because I'm not a bully myself. So there you go. And yes, Arya is right. People who you know, take screenshots from here and there and like within the community, within the group community and whatnot, you know, just trying to spread some more fire. Yes, that is very wrong. That is very wrong. And I think everybody knows. Just recently I had to, like, you know, shut down the option of inboxing me. I shut down my Snapchat. I shut down the, you know, the Instagram DM option. I closed off. I was like, I don't want to know anything. Don't send me anything anymore, because it's been months and months and months that every day there's like a new drama you see, and at one point it just exhausts you so much, and you're like, oh wow, okay, so I've been called so many things. I am this, I am that. It just gets to your head a little too much, and that's when exactly you need to speak up. And let me give you one advice. I feel like I spoke up very late because I was just being like decent about it and just being like, and also like shocked and surprised about it at the same time, because you don't expect, you know, you don't expect that you know, sometimes you just don't expect certain things coming from certain people. You'll be like, okay, if this came from like random other people, then okay, I understand. But if it comes from people who I'm not gonna name again, but you guys know what I'm talking about, okay? I don't want to go there again. This is just like a general campaign that I really want to just go ahead with. And no matter how much people try to stop this campaign, because they are trying so hard, I am not gonna stop that. That's it. So do not come for me. Honestly, do not come for me. All I will do, I'll keep reporting you. And if you send me anything shitty, I will just put a screenshot for public to see. And I don't care. Well, I know I should care how much people are being disappointed by that. But at the same time, I need somebody to hear me out as well. I have been here on this trying to help and support, empower, encourage for such a long time. And I think in return, I do deserve at least a little bit of support in a way that at least hear me out. That's all, not more than that. At least hear me out, you know? I agree, but don't we all do that at some point in time? It's not okay, and I can't say guilty of it. Said something to someone, haven't we all? Yes, we have said things to everybody. However, everybody knows me. I am that person. I will tell you on your face, you did that. You are a crazy, stupid person. Why did you do that? You know, and I think being that bold image that I have, people know me for that. You know, I don't do the listen. Please watch this from the beginning. As I said, bully goes one way. When you're communicating with someone back and forth, you cannot call that bully. That doesn't justify. That's not bully. If let's say friends are, just giving you an example, if you have a friend and you're fighting with one another, right, and you call each other name, you're this, you're that. Listen, that's called a fight between friends. All of that, I get that. That's it. Once you back off, and then there's this one-way thing coming on, or whatever to you. This is just an example. Bully is one way. The back and forth that you are saying, we've all said mean things. I say mean things to my sister every day. I say mean things to my best friend sometimes. But because it's back and forth, it's not bully. Bully is a total different story, okay? So, please take that seriously. And don't even take this personal. Like, it's not even my personal problem here right now. It's problems with everybody. With many, many people. And you, instead of, questioning this, that kind of kills the whole purpose. Anti-bullying is anti-bullying, and it's anti-bullying, and that's it. You know, nothing is ever going to justify that. Saying mean things to each other, But let me ask you that. Have you ever spent good 5 months after somebody who never responds, but your one-way street is going on towards their direction, again in their direction, again in their direction, again? Have you done that? If you have done that, please, Alia, just a sincere advice, because honestly, I have not done that. Never. If you have done that, do apologize to that person, because it can hurt people, and it just shocks people. Like, hey, am I doing something to you? What is your problem with me? We have never met. We don't know each other. Nothing. What is your problem? So I feel like victims many times are always also in a state of shock. Like, dude, what's happening? Did I do anything? Like, we're always trying to explain and ask ourselves, have I done something? Am I doing something? It happens to everybody like that. This is exactly how it goes, and it really needs to stop. Thank you. Okay, there has been people also kind of complaining, that when we say hate, we get blocked. Guys, respectfully, let me clear this thing out. First of all, when we make groups or whatever, we are kind of there to kind of just showcase our own creativity, fun, entertainment, information, knowledge, maybe makeup looks, maybe the clothing, fashion, whatever, right? When we only stick to that, there is no point of bringing up hate. But if hate is coming, then there is no point of keeping that there. No. You understand my point? You understand, right? Why getting personal? I don't like her face. She is ugly. What do you think? You will not be blocked? That being said, I'm not trying to say that, if you even tell your opinion about something, you should be blocked. No, I try not to block people only because their opinions don't match me. I face that on a daily basis. People sometimes agree, sometimes there are certain people that don't agree, and I respect opinions. And everybody knows that. I do respect opinions. I will actually come and ask you, okay, you think like that? How comes? Because I think like that. I would love to know why you're saying that, whatever, but then that's done. You will never see me fight, or even in our group, you would not see people fight each other, if that makes sense. And if they do, Yes, I come in between and I do block, because that's wrong. It's unnecessary drama that we do not need in our life. We do not need that on the groups. Why do we need that? So sometimes when I've been blocking people, it was only because of that reason. Like, hey, don't get personal with anybody, not just me. Don't get personal with my team. Don't get personal with any of the admins. Please don't get personal between members. Don't do that. But if things go overboard, then yes, I have to block. And most of the time, you guys, I'm just so bad named for this thing that she blocks people, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine, yes. Maybe recently all the things that have been happening or whatnot, probably, yeah, I was deleting people a bit more than normal, only because I was going through this state where I was not able to really face this on a daily basis. So maybe that's why I did. But it's done. I'm okay. Like, it's cool, okay? And I'm not blocking people just because of no reason. Sometimes we have to. However, now, at this moment, while we are doing this movement, our team is not blocking anybody. We are just like, you know what? Even if we have haters, supporters, non-supporters, backstabbers, even if we have them here, let them be here and let them just see and grow and be a part of something good and nice. If they hate me, that's not even a problem. It's not even about me. If they hate the other admins, it's not even a problem. If you hate each other as members, not a problem. You're staying there right now. I'm not blocking anybody. Most of the time, please do keep that in mind. I have personally never blocked a single person ever. It's the team that filters out the people, and they do that with full authentication, and that's about it. And that being said, thank you very much everybody for listening. Please be a part of the campaign and share it as much as you can. Hashtag Let's Stop, and the page name is also Let's Stop on Facebook. Do share this live as well if you like. Do share the page, join in, and show some support for this cause. Thank you very much. See you.